Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Judge Desire for Knowledge, and today's episode is on legal matters. So I'm glad to have you all here with me. Those that are watching, I'm not live today, I am taped. So thank you for joining my channel, JD4K family. I'm very happy to have you all here. Trying to give you information on legal content when I can. And at this point, we have reached the end of the month, which is my On Legal Matters show, broadcast on IAAH radio with the best DJs and the best music in town. Check me out there for my blog. And here on YouTube, every Saturday at 3, live or taped. This subject and topic I am talking about today is of the laws, of course, the legal aspects of the law. And being we're coming up to an actual holiday next week, I wanted to go over the matters of vehicle and traffic laws and what you need to know. So basically, I have some other tapes up if you need further information on points and what to do in a courtroom when you are given a ticket or it's considered also a citation of any form or matter. You could go watch my traffic laws on that. Today's traffic laws are based on the new New York State laws, um, and rules and laws that are going to be impacting New York State and other 30 states as well. I can't label all of them, but if you're out of state and you're listening or out of the country, find out what those are in your state or country. This one is for New York State right now. Um, laws are rules and laws made to protect drivers and their passengers, as well as pedestrians and other road drivers, including bike riders. They are strictly in place by the Department of Transportation, and these major laws are, I'm just going to explain the major laws right now that are impact us as drivers. Do not speed. Do not go over 10 to 30 miles over the speed limit. All right, because that accumulates points. Do not use your cell phone while driving, including texting or any device while driving. Do not drive while under the influence. There's DUI, that is driving under the influence, DWI, driving while influenced, and now there's a new one called driving while fatigued. That one is DWF, driving while fatigued. If you're tired, do not drive, because if you fall asleep on the road and you're found to have caused an accident, you can now get a citation or be arrested. And do not drive drunk. We all know that, but people do it anyway. The next one is do not do reckless driving. The penal law section 1212 is a ticket that you'd get, and it would be a criminal ticket, because that's considered criminal if you're reckless in your driving, can cause accidents and someone's death or your own. Stop at all stop signs and red lights. And also, last but not least, these are the first and most important laws, vehicle laws. All passengers must wear seat belts. Children under 8 must be in a child seat at all times when driving. So make sure you imply these to your daily routine when you are driving. The most recently added law is the new no touch law in New York State. So as I stated, I'm speaking about New York right now, and you need to check your laws in your state or the country that you reside. The law is the hands-free law, which means no touching of your phone or any other smart device while driving your vehicle. All right, don't forget that. No one should, but we know you do. I always try to say, pull to the side, do your texting, and do your what you need to do. But now the no touch rule, it implies even if you go to the side of the road at this time or stop at a red light, this is going to impact you. So read up on that law, but I'm giving you a brief information on this now. Um, And so the hands-free law, which means no touching of your phone or any other smart device while driving your vehicle. This new law differs than the hand-free law given in 2021. So listen, unlike that law, this one, you cannot touch your phone or smart device if you are the driver of the vehicle. So let's say you have a passenger and you need to accept a text or you need to take that call. Have your passenger do it for you, because the laws have now changed that you cannot, and you shouldn't have in the past, but this is really strict now. Um, Even if you stop at a red light, you cannot text or pick up a phone or look for directions on your phone for GPS. This means no GPS unless it's automated, voiced. Put on your voice on that automation so that your GPS can talk to you through the directions to go, because you can no longer look and follow that because you are not following the road um, in front of you. And this is what it is a distraction of. So this law was now implemented because of it. It is now illegal, and drivers will pay hefty fines starting at $75. Okay, so we don't want to start off giving anyone, or besides our working money, at starting at $75. That's a lot of money, and it can go up higher and higher. But the minimum is 75 for doing this. Not mind you, if they find anything else, lights out or anything. So now you're going up from 75 to whatever other tickets or citation you may receive just because you didn't follow this law. This new no touch law has taken effect in over 30 states and was passed on June 5th of this year, 2025. The only exception to the no touch law is that you can use your phone or device to call 911 in case of an emergency, and only then. Punishment for violating this law is you'll be given a ticket or citation. You may receive points added to your driver's record, which also adds to higher car insurance fees. Don't forget that, as well as the accumulation of points. DMV can also assess, driving assessment fees. So, and if those aren't paid, that's an automatic suspension. So don't be very careful of accumulating points. I have that on my other video, traffic laws on legal matters. So you can look through my legal matters videos, past videos, and find that. And I clearly defined all those things there on YouTube, my YouTube channel here. Possible suspension of driver's license and privileges can be taken away from you, especially those who are junior drivers. So be careful of that. As this upcoming holidays occurs, there will be mandated checkpoints. As I state in all my legal traffic videos, I worked upstate courts before out in Westchester, and I worked along with the police, and knowing that they always will have near holidays, they'll change the areas and the access, so you will come across it unknowingly, a checkpoint. They're mandated for drunk drivers, seat belts, people that don't like wearing them, and speeders. So that's what they're looking for. So make sure that all your paperwork is legit, okay? Because then you'll be seeing us, the courthouse. In New York City, it's different. That's not a courthouse. That's a parking violation. A moving violation facility. It's not an actual court, so it's even worse there. They don't give you justice on points or anything. You can check my video. I'll explain what to do in the courtroom when you go to these made-up courts, mock courts, because they're not actual judges. They're lawyers playing, well, I'm not going to say playing, hearing officers who dictate themselves as judges. So go watch my You Are Not a Judge video on that one, and you'll know the difference when you go into an actual courthouse. There are actual court officers, sheriffs, or officers. If you're going into a mock one, you'll have security. Big difference. You cannot arrest if you're security. You still have to call the police. So make sure you know the difference when you're going to these industry, to these places that you think are courts and they're not. And be very careful, because they do add points. They find you guilty at all times, and you should appeal that. But go check my other show, because I don't want to explain that on this video. This is not what this is about. So please make sure you have your insurance and vehicle inspections up to date, because if they're expired or suspended, or any documents like that are not up to date would lead to a fine and even jail time at this point. So, with that being said, next week, Friday is July 4th. And on July 4th, and this is this new law and everything, they'll be out there and probably doing checkpoints as well. Um, with that being said, be careful of your driving as usual and make sure that you're wearing your seatbelt, your paperwork is done, and everything is up to par because the courts is open all weekend because the holiday does not stop an arrest. The courts will resume on Saturday once the holiday is there. They'll probably work late Thursday, but Friday, the holiday, we are still closed as a court, but criminal court is not. So you can still be tried that day and held. So just make sure you have your paperwork done. All right. You will be held until court revenes the next day on Saturday morning because we're not allowed to hold you a longer, the speedy trial, right? Check that. I think that's the Sixth Amendment, but I'm not sure. No, speedy trial. Right now, I can't remember. I'm sorry, because I am here in traffic laws, and there's so many different laws. All right, speedy trials. All right, look that one up in the amendments. I personally agree. I wanted to personally say that with all this going on, I have had friends that were killed by drunk drivers or reckless driving and past the school bus. That's another major one I forgot to add. Passing the school bus with red lights up. And I would not want that to happen to anyone else or anyone's family members or anyone's child. So I believe that this was in place because of little things like that occurs. Um, do you agree or disagree with this new law? So if I was live right now, I would take your chats on that. I'm not sure what you would agree or disagree, but you can leave it in the comments later or email me about it, whatever you want to do after seeing this video. Leave a message for me and I'll chat with you on that. But do I wanted to just make clear if you agree or disagree with this new law. Is it good for New York State drivers? That's the question. And so my answer to that is going to be I personally agree with these laws being implemented because we should be paying attention to the road and those around us at all times when driving. Like, for instance, before cell phones, there were no distractions, and people are not paying attention while using cell phones when talking, they're texting, they're using their laptops. If it's not that, they're applying makeup. I've seen this while on the road and getting directions, and it has caused many accidents and some deaths due, right, to the usage of cell phones while driving. So, I strongly agree with the new laws, and it's going to get even more impact as long as the public does not listen. A vehicle is like a weapon and can harm others when not used in the proper manner. So be careful. These fines may or may not make the difference, but I don't know why anyone would want to pay their hardworking money to fines that goes to the city or towns that issues these citations or tickets for violating the law instead of adhering to the law for safety purposes. It's that simple. Just follow directions, follow rules, follow the laws, and you won't be pulled over. You won't, and if you are pulled over and it wasn't for that, then you appeal it. Appeal it and tell your story to a judge. If it's not a judge, then still you have every right to testify on what you believe is the truth. But if you follow the rules and the laws, there shouldn't be any fines, any accumulation of points. You save a life at yourself and others. And so, with that being said, I just wanted to make sure clear because this is a brief one on legal matters today that you pay attention on the roads. Do not give your phone all the attention you normally do. And if you're in New York State, adhere to the laws because they're getting down, they're cracking down over there. They should be doing this in New Jersey, but it did say 30 states. I don't have that list as of this time, but New Jersey is one of the worst drivers I've ever seen going through. I can't, but we won't say nothing about that here. I don't know how they passed their licenses in the state of New Jersey, but they also have a sign that says, if you have been injured in New Jersey, why? It doesn't imply any other state, but that is because they're the worst drivers of all. I think they're making them get away with not even knowing how to drive in that state for monetary purposes. I don't know. Maybe they gain money from it, the DMV, the DOT. I don't know what it is. I do know that they're horrible. So be careful out there with those type of drivers, because I'm sure every state has them. And also, with that being said, thank you for listening to my show today, Judge Desire for Knowledge. That's who I am. And thank you, my JD4K family. I really enjoy doing these shows for you with my content, sharing my content, my truth to you on Know Your Truth Real Talk, which will be on next week at 3, live or taped. I'm not sure yet, but Know Your Truth will be on next week. On Legal Matters is on now this week because it's the end of the month. And check me out on IAAH Radio, where I broadcasted this same show as a blog. So, and thank you, DJ 5am and the IAAH crew, the best DJs and the best music in town. Check them out as well. They have everything you want: house music, reggae, Airbnb, whatever you look up, you should find it there. We're one of the best crews out there. So check them out and like, share, and subscribe to my channel. All those that do, thank you so much. Please like, so other people that can't find this information will be able to find it. I'm going to ask again. Please like after the video if you've watched it and it has helped you in some way or form. I only bring positive content, so if you're looking for disgrace and all the other videos that get high followers because it has nothing to give to others to help, just to destroy and kill, this is not that channel. So I would understand why you don't like. But if you do, please press that like button. It's not going to cost you anything. It's just to get that going. Either way, I will be on with 1 or no likes every week that I am able to, that God enables me to give the message, the truth in any way I can. And I will be using my new gaffle that I have here for my show on Legal Matters. I have this one, and for Know Your Truth Real Talk, I have a different one. So with that being said, here on Legal Matters with me, Judge Desire for Knowledge, where you hear the truth and nothing but the truth, is now adjourned. I see you next week on Know Your Truth Real Talk. Check me out on Legal Matters Monthly. I also check my short grills and all the grills shorts I put up, including gym shorts, I put up on YouTube and all my social media, Judge Desire for Knowledge. Check me out on all social media as well as IAAH Radio. See you there. Ciao.